So I have set up the cookies on this tray, half being the store-bought and the other half being the homemade. So the other day, my husband Nathan had the nerve, the sheer audacity to tell me that store-bought chocolate chip cookies are better than homemade. So to test his theory, I decided I'm gonna blindfold him and then I am going to have him try the store-bought cookies with homemade cookies and see which one really is better. I'll give you a hint, it's gonna be mine. So I have to see if I am just being overly confident or if this is actually fact. So I am going to be taking this so seriously that I am measuring things down to the gram. So one of the first ingredients we're gonna need is 3/4 cup of unsalted butter. Let me clarify, it needs to be melted butter. So while the butter is melting, I'm gonna get started on adding all of my dry ingredients. Now you're gonna need 2/4 cup of all-purpose flour or 280 grams. How serious did I take this? Well, serious enough to go out and buy entirely new containers of baking powder and cornstarch because I wasn't sure if mine was still any good. So now we're gonna add 1.5 teaspoons of cornstarch, and that will be followed by 1 teaspoon of baking soda, not baking powder. Make sure you remember that. Then you're gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So now we're gonna whisk all of these ingredients together, and then we're gonna set it off to the side. That will be followed by 3/4 cup of packed brown sugar. You can do light or dark, or 150 grams. So I have dark brown sugar, but I have read that this is going to work and I shouldn't worry. But I will be honest, I'm a little worried. We're just literally packing 3/4 cup of brown sugar into this 3/4 cup, and we are measuring to get to 150 grams. I don't want the other brown sugar on there to actually count against me. We are so close to 150 grams. Oh my goodness, how much more do I need? Watch, I'm gonna be over now. Really, I am 1 gram away? Are you kidding me? 1 gram. Can you believe this? Now I've gone over. What do I take out? There we go, at 150. And now I have brown sugar all over the counter. Then in a medium bowl, you're gonna whisk melted butter, brown sugar, granulated sugar until no brown sugar clumps are gonna be left behind. And that's when you're gonna whisk in the 1 egg and the 1 egg yolk. And then finally, you're gonna whisk in the vanilla extract. I'm gonna give you all the measurements, so don't worry. Have I mentioned how much I love the smell of vanilla extract? I just stained my shoelace with vanilla extract. Great. So if you guys want to try this recipe on your own, you can find it at sallysbakingaddiction.com. The reason I had to go with another recipe is the kind of chocolate chip cookies I make, I like them to be crispy. Nate does not. He likes them to be very chewy, so I had to find another recipe. So this is what the wet ingredients are looking like, and we're gonna start adding that in with the dry. And this we're gonna be mixing together with a spatula. I think this might be one of the most complex recipes I have ever done. If I'm being completely honest, I think making bread is actually easier than this. I'm not saying this is hard, I'm just saying I have never measured all of my ingredients to the gram. So just know that the dough is gonna look soft, thick, and really greasy because of that butter. But this is when we really have to trust the process. I have to say, I'm really excited to see how this turns out. So now we get to fold in our 225 grams of chocolate chips. Semi-sweet, I might add. If this turns out really well, I think I'm gonna start measuring all of my recipes to the gram. This has actually been kind of fun. Now the morsels might not stick to the dough, and that is gonna be due to the melted butter. But it's okay, just kind of working it in. And now for a part I'm pretty sure you guys were not expecting. We're gonna cover this and we're gonna put it in the fridge for about 2 to 3 hours. I'm just gonna use some cling wrap, and the purpose of this is to cool down the dough. We don't want the dough to get too soft that it's not gonna keep its cookie shape. So into the fridge for 2 to 3 hours we go. And just a fun little hack if you never knew this. When you cut open your little packages, leave a little bit of a tail. So when you go to put it away, you can just twist this around, put it through, pull it tight, and now you don't have to worry. And now through the magic of editing, it has been 3 hours. Now I also set a timer to take the dough out and let it sit for about 10 minutes before we start rolling it. I have my little scoop. I've already preset the oven to 325, and now we just have to scoop our cookies. One of the suggestions that I read was that you want to kind of make them kind of like a cylinder, like a tower-like. So when we're rolling them, instead of making them a circle, we're gonna make them kind of cylindrical, like so. Now we're gonna set about 8 to 9 cookies per tray. I only have one tray, so I'm only doing 8 to 9 cookies on this one. And they're gonna go in the oven for about 12 minutes. Depending on the size you want the cookies, you want to use between 1 to 2 tablespoons. If you want large cookies, you're gonna want to use 2 tablespoons. I will be honest though, I have no idea what size this is. I just bought it because I was desperate. Now I know I said I was confident before, but I'm actually feeling 10 times more confident now that I'm actually seeing this. And just so you guys can see why I am so confident, this actually I think is going to be absolutely amazing, because the theory behind setting them up as cylinders is that when they flatten, they're going to be kind of more on the chunky side. So they're going to be thicker and the cookie is going to be so much more softer. And unfortunately, I don't have a better place to really set my camera that you're going to be able to see the entire cookie tray, but I'm going to try to show you guys as much as I can. I feel like some of the cookies actually have way more chocolate chips than they have cookie dough. All right, here's our first tray going in for 10 to 12 minutes. Magic time. All right, so the timer went off for the first batch, and oh my goodness, these actually look really good. They're not as, I mean, they are. Those are some thick cookies. Who am I kidding? So you're gonna let them sit on the tray for about 10 minutes before we move them over to a wired cooling rack. Now that we have waited the obligatory 10 minutes, it's time to move these to the cooling sheets and get the next batch in. Okay, next batch is ready to go in. I actually had gone in and just prepped the rest of them so I can easily move them when I am ready. Okay, I think we're at a good time right now to kind of test out if I made cookies better than the store-bought ones. I have set up the cookies on this tray, half being the store-bought and the other half being the homemade.
Following.
Don't step in Evie's water dish. What? You're good?
This is
Little turn. This is a trust
exercise.
It truly is. All right, right there. Stay there. All right. Don't reach for anything.
I'm ready for a cookie.
I'll get you a cookie. Calm down. Do you want me to give you a cookie, or do you want me to feed it to you?
I want it to be. I don't want to like feel the texture of the cookie.
Okay, so
because I know those store-bought cookies.
Okay.
All right. So.
All right. First one. Ready? Open your mouth. Take a bite.
Soft. Just how I like them. I don't like a hard chocolate chip cookie.
Which is weird because you're weird.
You can taste the chocolate. It's not too strong. Because
Right.
weirdly enough, I'm not a huge fan of chocolate, but I love chocolate chip cookies.
I know, it's weird.
So you're gonna have the right balance of everything. Not enough chocolate, but just enough to kind of give you that like little pizzazz. You know?
All right. Ready for the next one?
No palate cleanser.
Do you need a palate cleanser?
Like a sorbet.
So, are you kidding me? Are you being a diva?
No, some water though.
You need some water?
Some water, yeah. I want this to be fair.
I can do that. All right. And your water bottle has a little bit of water in it. I took the lid off. All right, you good now?
Yep.
Okay. Ready for the next one?
Ready for the next one.
All right. And?
This one's a little bit more on the kind of gooey side. That one tastes sweeter than the other one.
Does it?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Tastes sweeter than the other one.
Okay. Need a palate cleanser? Do you need to try them again?
Nope, no palate cleanser this time.
No okay. You gonna try the first one again or the second one again?
Let's go with first one again.
Okay. All right, ready? You gotta be ready.
So go cookie. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Let me not. I don't want to hit me with that. What is taking? You have a tray of cookies over there.
I know. I gotta find the perfect
taking
one.
Forever.
There you go.
Now, was that the same cookie on the first go around?
Yeah.
Or was that a different one?
It was the same cookie.
Okay. They both have their unique qualities about them. So if I was feeling a certain way, I would definitely send me to lean them. Yeah, one over the other for sure.
Okay. Which one are you?
But what do I have to pick based off of? Like, is it the one that I think tastes the best overall? Am I trying to guess which one is which?
We'll do a little bit of both, but first we'll see which one you like best of all, and then which one you think is the store-bought.
And this is hard because, like I said, they both have something that is unique about them. I will go with. This is hard. You're gonna have to cut out a lot of my uhs here.
I know. Shouldn't take you this long to
I'm a cookie connoisseur.
I know.
A chocolate chip cookie connoisseur.
You're extra. Do you like 1 or 2? Which one was better?
2 was really good. 1 was also really good. So there's definitely no clear loser.
Okay.
Out of the 2.
That's good to know.
I think right now, at this very moment, I think 2 is hitting me.
Okay.
Pretty good. So I think I'll go with 2 as of right now, this very moment. This moment in time, January at this very moment in time. Now that could change tomorrow. Okay. Right? Tomorrow could be 80 degrees, and I could be going for number 2, number 1. Mm-hmm. But
you like number 2? Number 2 is better.
At this moment. At this moment, yeah.
Okay.
At this moment.
Which one is store-bought? 1 or 2?
1.
You are so right. All right, you can take the blindfold off.
I know my store-bought cookies when I taste them.
But the homemade was better.
Oh, man.
Is it bright?
Very bright, yeah.
Homemade was better though, wasn't it?
The homemade was good at this very moment in time. So, yeah, you know what? The taste-wise, I'll say taste-wise, you had it pretty kind of like dead on with the taste. It's the texture.
Was it the texture that got you?
It was the texture, because because these store-bought ones are very soft.
And mine were a little crispy on the edges.
Yeah, and yours had just like a thin layer of crisp. Like right as you bite into it, a thin layer of crisp. Okay. But when you gave me the first cookie, I was like, oh, okay, I don't know if this was, there wasn't like a for sure, okay, that's store-bought cookie.
But when you got the second
one. But when I got that second one, and I got that little tiny, just like a potato chip type of crunch on the outside, I was like, okay, number 1 is the first one. But then the toss-up was the taste.
Yes, so the taste was spot on.
You did great.
Awesome.
You did great. Did you make you any?
They're all yours.
Was this all for me?
That's all for you.
You know what I could do? I could do both the store-bought and the homemade at the same time. Okay. And get kind of like a buffet, a chocolate chip buffet, like a little bit of a golden corral going in my mouth.
Was it a good idea?
Not bad.
Okay.
Not bad. So yours definitely got, I don't know if I can see this, but.
So that is homemade.
Yeah.
That is store-bought.
Yeah, so yours got just a little bit more gooiness to it. Yes. Like you can see the little gooey right there on the top one.
The little gooeys.
You can see the little gooey Louies right there on the top. Remember Gooey Louie?
I loved Gooey Louie.
That board game?
Oh, it wasn't a board game.
It was. It was like you pulled the boogers out of its mouth or out of
its mouth.
Out
Ew.
of its
What
nose.
game did you play?
Out of its nose.
I remember.
Yeah, it was like a board game. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Cool.
Well, I'm gonna take these cookies.
All right.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Very impressive.
Thank you.
Very impressive. I was going to leave those for you and just take everything else.
Oh, you're forgetting a plate.
All right. See you later.
You left a plate.
I'll be back.
Okay. Bye.